Hey everybody, this is TeamRegulars. Today we're reviewing BlackboxtV's episode, The Vampire of Sacramento.
If you haven't watched the episode, please go see it, so there won't be any kind of spoilers.
I thought it was very good that it was based on a true story, because everything is a little bit scarier if it's actually true. Also, the shots with the security cameras made it more believable. So I like the fact that Blackboxtv used that angle of it as well.
What I thought was interesting was that the family seemed to have security cameras everywhere. Now, I don't know if the guy's just extremely paranoid, but he has security cameras on the outside of his door and inside the living room, the hallway, everywhere. And at first I thought that maybe they were just really paranoid. I don't know how that plays into the story, but I do love the effect that they gave the security cameras with the pausing and the lagging video of every 5 seconds moving along. I thought that added a really interesting video effect and made the episode a little more interesting to watch, instead of just a camera following the characters around.
My initial first thoughts after watching this episode was, where was the blood? Because when I think of vampires, I automatically think of blood and darkness and but there wasn't really any.
The episode was good. Not the best, but not the worst. It seemed a little rushed, though. I kind of like that it's another true story, but two true stories, one after another, is kind of a little overusing the, true story part of it. But it's still okay. Just, a third one would not be so good. So just heads up.
Unfortunately, this one wasn't my favorite episode, but there were a few things that I really loved about it. Number one has to be the acting. Greg and Ellie were brilliant actors in this episode. Greg never disappoints. He was fantastic in his previous Blackboxtv episode, and I hope that he's a continued regular. Maybe he can be in a future episode with Miss Taryn Southern. Hint, hint.
It doesn't seem to be a very well-reviewed episode right now. A lot of people are a little disappointed in the lack of twist, but it's kind of hard to do a twist when it's real life. Like, The Believer managed to pull it off, because that was just the kind of episode it was. This one's just a straight-out home invasion story. This one is pretty much in the same vein as When a Stranger Calls. It's more about completing the movie than it is about giving you an unexpected twist every 5 minutes.
The way Onision had played this role was amazing. Now, Greg doesn't seem like the brotherly type to me. I don't know. I don't really know. I obviously don't know him that well, or really at all for that matter. But the way he interacted with the younger girl who played his sister in this episode, I thought it was really great how the two of them interacted. He really came off as a big brother to this little girl, perfectly.
I also love the cartoon. I thought it was such a cute moment, such a nice little uplifting point for the episode. Nice choice, Tony. Now, the few things that I didn't like. I felt like the episode didn't really tie in to the actual true story. Had we not had the summary at the end, it wouldn't have really connected and been relevant to know that he was a serial killer at all. Back in season 1 with Cat's Got Your Tongue, we had the radio announcement, and back earlier this season with Total Eclipse, we have the news report. I think adding a short little scene like that, maybe with Greg's character reading a newspaper about the killings, or something simple like that, would have really helped to tie in the true story with the actual moment in this episode. into and it would have helped to give a little more backstory and bring the whole episode full circle.
There's been some mixed reviews about it through us TeamRegulars. People who liked it, people who weren't that, didn't like it that much. But we are honest here and we say how we feel. And I'm a little in the middle. It was good, but it seemed a little rushed, and there was build up, but then like the fight sequence kind of went a little too fast, and the music kind of distracted you. But overall, it was an okay one. I liked seeing Ylva again. He's a very good actor. So is the little girl. But one thing I noticed is if that's the little girl's room, she has a better room than I do.
But I felt like it was just lacking the scare factor of it being someone who came into their house to murder them, to take them and drink their blood. And to be honest, I didn't look at the title before I clicked on it, so I had no idea. It wasn't implied that there was supposed to be a vampire in it. And when it started talking about vampires at the end, I got really confused. Because I was like, oh my gosh, someone's breaking into their house. Okay, as scary as someone breaking into your house is, I've never had it myself, but I'm sure it's terrifying. But it happens every day. And I know that sounds like a terrible thing to say, but in context of something of the supernatural kind of feel, supernatural sci-fi kind of mysterious feel that Blackboxtv does have and that I love very much, it didn't really have that.
I was disappointed. A little bit disappointed, yeah. Although the episode is watchable because the little girl and Anishian, of course, Greg, they're all good actors, really great actors actually, and it was really great camera work. That's something really good. Camera work and the acting, but pretty much everything else, the script was too brief.
The home invader, the character based on Richard Chase, he done very well with his very limited role. He was never speaking or anything. I mean, he was just really there. It was all about his appearance. And, well, he gave off a really creepy appearance. We can say that much at least. The problem I found was that the episode did suffer from its pacing again. It was similar to older Blackboxtv episodes in that respect. They spent a lot more time walking or driving rather than using the time effectively, and that slowed down the process.
One thing I missed, though, was the communication between, the 911 they called, and I didn't really get if he hung up or if he started talking to them after he beat the murderer up or whatever. I kind of would have liked to see some of that, maybe just him picking up the phone and saying hello or something. But that's just a small thing. So yeah, that was everything I had to say this time. And if you liked this video, you should give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, you can hit subscribe up ahead. Thank you for watching.